We will begin shortly. Please be seated. Distinguished dignitaries, honored guests, respected members of the faculty, industry, students, cherished members of the audience. Vanakkam. It gives me immense pleasure to greet you at the Graduation Showcase 2026, a confluence of imagination, perseverance, and transformative design thinking at NIFT Chennai. The National Institute of Fashion Technology, Chennai, was set up in the year 1995. It started its academic activities in the Co-optex complex IGMO, Chennai, and shifted to its present campus in Tharamani in 2001. In the last 3 decades, NIFT Chennai has emerged as a center of excellence with distinct concern for social responsibility. NIFT Chennai offers undergraduate, postgraduate, and diploma programs in design, technology, and management, and consistently ranks within the top 5 fashion institutes in India. This afternoon, we present to you NIFT Chennai's Graduation Showcase 2026, an amalgamation of imagination and dedication of the 279 graduating students. The graduating batch of 2026 presents to you Bottomline, Department of Fashion Management Studies, Technova, Department of Fashion Technology, Innovazion, Leather Design, Unique, Fashion Communication, Design Showcase, Fashion and Lifestyle Accessories, Tantu, Textile Design, Knit Moda, Knitwear Design, and Fashionova, Fashion Design. From meticulously crafted artifacts to strategic innovations and communication solutions, every exhibit in our static show is a reflection of curiosity refined through intellect and intent. This harmonious confluence of design, technology, and management lifts up a mirror to society itself. It reflects who we are, where we come from, and where we dare to go, through threads, through codes, through ideas shaped into action. At the heart of every successful endeavor lies the unwavering support of those who champion its vision. NIFT Chennai extends our deepest gratitude to our esteemed sponsors, Auto Clothing, Co-optex, Prashanti Saris, Suit Lounge, Punjab and Sindh Bank, Bank of Maharashtra, Indian Overseas Bank, and Bank of India. We thank all the organizations who have offered graduation project opportunities to our students. It is your generosity, encouragement, and commitment that shapes the future of fashion in India. It is my privilege to welcome our guests of honor, Mr. Mahesh Rajamani, Director of Ashwata Consulting, and Ms. Shehnaz Sharif, Chief Business Officer, Indian Terrain. I warmly welcome our Director, Professor Dr. Divya Satyan, Director, NIFT Chennai, Praveen Nagarajan, Joint Director, CAC Dr. Biraka Chalapati, who have been instrumental in bringing this celebration to life. I welcome industry experts, our sponsors, invited guests, all the faculty, officers, staff, and students of NIFT Chennai. A special welcome to the graduating batch of students, and most importantly, their friends and family. Let me take a moment to introduce our guests of honor for this afternoon program. Mr. Mahesh Rajamani is a NIFT alumnus and a seasoned brand growth strategist with over 18 years of experience spanning fashion, retail, digital marketing, consulting, and AI-powered business transformation. As the co-founder and director of Ashwata Consulting, He has strategically mentored brands and enterprises in scaling revenue, strengthening market presence, and leveraging technology-driven growth strategies. He's also the founder of multiple successful ventures and an active thought leader in marketing automation and applied AI. Welcome, sir. Ms. Shehnaz Sharif is an MPhil graduate from Anna University. She began her journey with Celebrity Fashion Limited, where she spent nearly 2 decades streamlining and strengthening the company's sourcing and supply chain framework, earning the title Queen of Supply Chain. At Indian Terrain, she oversees the retail network of 165 plus exclusive brand outlets, 21 EFOs as Chief Business Officer. A strong advocate of ethical sourcing and sustainability, Ms. Sharif played a key role in initiating Indian Terrain's fair trade sourcing practices, contributing to the brand receiving the Business Partner of the Year Lifestyle and Apparel recognition at the Fair Trade Conference in India Conference 2025. Welcome, ma'am. We begin this afternoon's program with student seminars in management and technology, Bottomline and Technova. They serve as platform for our students to showcase their ideas, research, and projects that reflect their learning, dedication, and vision for the future. Formerly known as AMM, Apparel Marketing and Merchandising, our flagship program of 2 years Masters in Fashion Management aims to develop managerial talent in marketing, merchandising, and retailing, tailored to the fashion and the garment sectors. The program was launched at NIF Chennai in 2007, and this year marks the graduation of its 18th batch. The program equips learners with rigorous training in areas such as buying, retail, export merchandising, retail operations, advertising, forecasting, international marketing and trade practices, project formulation, and entrepreneurship. Industry internships and field visits ensure exposure to real-world scenarios, fostering both creative and managerial capabilities. In their final semester, they undertake projects in marketing, retailing, international business, export merchandising, entrepreneurship, and fashion management. In 2026, students have secured placements from the Bear House, Bluestone Jewelry and Lifestyle Private Limited, Aditya Birla, Classic Fashions, and Jordan. Through pre-placement offers. Royal Arc Incorporation Limited, Max Fashion, Landmark Group, Simplex MLM, Visualize, Optic Technology Private Limited, Vistrit by Soumya Kashyap, and Way by Abira through campus placements. In Bottomline, Mr. Rohan Patnaik, Ms. Roshni Singhvi, and Ms. S. Tanusha will be presenting highlights of their 16-week graduation projects. I please invite them on stage to give their presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Rohan. I did my graduation project at Max Fashion Landmark Group in the menswear planning team, and my graduation project title went as Strategic Framework. Strategic Framework for Can we have the next slide, please? Strategic Framework for Broken Stock Optimization in menswear planning team. So now picture this. You walk into a Max Fashion store. You pick on a shirt just of your choice. Now the color is right, the price is right, but when you ask the store personnel, your size, the store personnel says it's not available. Now that exact touch point, that moment of disappointment that you go through is what my project entirely revolves around to fix. Now it's not totally a stock out, the product is right there on the rails, it's just that your size is not available. And what is more dangerous in this scenario is on the aggregate reports on a category level dashboard, this broken stock would never show since it is not a total stock out. And season after season, it builds up and there is a slow revenue leak in that. So what is the fix? A 5-pillar strategic framework that begins right from diagnosing to solution design, simulation, and finally final recommendation and implementing it. No new budget, no new vendors. It's just reallocation of the inventory and bringing in the concepts of buffer reallocation and demand-weighted size curves, which essentially were lacking at Max Fashion Landmark Group. The insight that drives all of this is very simple. The inventory was never the problem. Like, there was always enough. The problem was where it was going. Broken stock is not as such a supply chain problem. It is more of a precision gap, a planning precision gap, which is very much fixable at the core and very clear. Because in retail, we believe the greatest risk is not the risk of being wrong. It is the risk of being uniformly wrong at scale. Thank you.
Thank you, Rohan. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Roshni Singhvi, and I completed my graduation project in Guess India in the marketing department. During that project, I got an opportunity to work across the major verticals of marketing, which is performance marketing, influencer marketing, and digital marketing. The primary objective of my role was to enhance the brand visibility while maintaining the strong brand hygiene across all the omni-channel and all the digital touchpoints. One of the key highlights of my project was working on the Valentine's campaign with Crystal D'Souza. Through influencer-led storytelling and digital execution, the campaign achieved over 2.2 million views, significantly strengthening audience reach and engagement. Another major impactful contribution was integrating video content on the website to improve the consumer engagement and the shopping experience. This initiative led to measurable business impact, like the average order value increased from 7,683 to 8,700. The average customer view duration reached to 8.7 seconds, which is considered pretty good according to the industry standards. The conversion rate improved from 0.5% to 1.11%, and the campaign generated a GMV of over rupees 20 lakh rupees. What made this journey truly valuable for me was understanding how marketing creates an impact in the society. It's not just about creativity, but it's also about creating impact in a measurable way. Every campaign, every piece of content, and every consumer interaction contributes directly to the growth of brand. The journey has inspired me to continue building innovative marketing experiences that connect brands with people in meaningful ways. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Roshni. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tanusha, a Master of Fashion Management student here. So my graduation project was conducted at the planning department of Baby Shop India, a brand under Landmark Group, and I spent 16 weeks over trying to solve a real retail problem. So Baby Shop entered in India in 2024, and it scaled to just 11 stores in a period of 6 months. But as the brand grew, a critical issue emerged, what we call as the stock paradox. Some products were selling out and missing revenue, whereas there were some products which were sitting unsold and bleeding capital. Both were happening simultaneously. So we analyzed 2,441 styles, which between online and offline. So we built a 6, and what we found was that the average sell-through percentage was 62.2, and more than half the assortment was underperforming. So we built a 6-step, recommendation list, and the first was to reduce down on the markdown protocol, which is any sale which was happening, the sell-through which is happening per day, which is below 0.5, should be, marked down immediately. And the second is a dual channel mix. Store and online operates completely different, and we had a 0.3 divergence happening there. So separating these two mixes, where right sizes goes to the right channel, helps in reducing both stockouts as well as dead stock simultaneously. And the third is a style count cap. Categories like non-toddler boys and non-toddler girls had t-shirts with 64 styles each, and where the OTB was spread too thinly across them. So capping this and redirecting the budget to something which was already performing well, like the jog pants, will actually increase depth and also and where the demand is actually proven. And the fourth is a very critical and one of the most interesting things here. So jackets were sold regardless of any region. So they were sent to every region for all the stores in the city. So in South, the climate simply did not call for them. And even if a customer wants to buy it, they were rethinking twice, because who would want to buy a jacket for 3,000 in this weather? So the fix was to allocate the jackets only to North stores and bring the price down. So together, all these changes directly addresses inventory management, margin protection, stock replenishment, and smarter allocations. We're building a planning foundation that scales Baby Shop's growth within India. So no new technology is required, just smarter decisions backed by data. Finally, I would like to say that fashion and analytics are not opposites, they're partners. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear students, for that very informative presentation. A round of applause to appreciate and encourage them, please. I now cordially invite our guest of honor, Mr. Mahesh Rajamani, to please come on stage and to share your views and insights.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, respected dignitaries and all the students here. And hello to the empty chairs. Yeah, so a little bit about myself and my journey, how I landed up in NIFT. At the time, the course was called PGP-FM. And so I was a 2006 pass out. So before that, I did my graduation in Bachelor of Technology from the college nearby in Alagappa College of Technology. So I wanted to basically do my MS and go abroad. And I needed a recommendation letter. And somehow I got in touch with the then registrar, Dr. Devdas here. And that's the first time I came to this college for a recommendation letter so that I can apply abroad. So that's when my father took me here, so that's when Dr. Devdas said that we have a similar course here, why didn't he apply for this? And I wanted the reco letter, so I had to say yes for the application. So reluctantly, we just took the application, we applied, I wrote the exams, cleared it, and eventually I couldn't go abroad and I joined. At that time, we had only 3 centers, Delhi, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. I could only get in Hyderabad. Lucky enough that the faculties were amazing there. So why am I saying this? So I come from a family where my father was in IAM and my brother is in IAM. And I did a fashion management. That was, at that time, it was, like I said, it was post-graduation in fashion management. The thing that was taught in fashion management was very unique and very relevant to today's world. How? So in normal marketing, they talk about 4 Ps. We not only talk about 4 Ps, but we also talk about 4 Rs. The difference between 4P and 4R is right time. So one of our faculty said that if it's raining and if you're selling umbrellas, you don't need a big hoarding, you don't need any marketing expenses. You just have to have the umbrella in the store, and people are going to pick that umbrella for themselves because it's raining. So that's the power of right time. Right time also means that you understand, you forecast the trend, you understand the trend, and you try to bring it on the store. And that's exactly what's happening in social media right now. The concept of virality and the business that runs around virality and the socio-economic change that happens. I mean, we see governments change because of social media. And so the core concept of virality comes from the concept of right time that we learned in fashion management. And pretty much any MFM student or a graduate, will will be very much understanding the importance of, they'll vouch on right time, so to speak. Yeah, so that was in our DNA, by so to speak, and that had helped me, when things changed, when brick and mortar went into e-commerce. E-commerce right now is getting into AI. The virality concept of from understanding what is right time has very much been relevant. The second thing that if you're in brick and mortar retail, you understand that it's all about the right location, right? It's always right location, right location, right location, which means that if you figured out and had the right location, pretty much the store is safe. So that's why in retail we have these A stores, B stores, and C stores, because we know that if it's an A store, it's going to take care of most of the things in terms of business. So how is it relevant right now? I mean, when it from brick and mortar, when it went to e-commerce, and when it went to AI, the right location has become Instagram, ChatGPT, Reddit, and LinkedIn. From walk-ins, it has become eyeballs. From having the store at the right location, it has become search engine optimization with, in combination with social media. So the concepts that we studied, and later, I think my first business was, I was exporting garments, and I was in Chennai at that time, and for almost 3 semesters I was teaching MFM here in NIFT Chennai, because my orders was very small, so all my orders were running in the night. So I was free in the day, and I wanted to do something useful. So I contacted my department, and then there I was teaching. So the thing that the core thing. So I used to teach advanced retail management or merchandising, or something like that. Yeah. So the thing that we used to teach is get walk-ins, sell something, sell more, sell again, right? So, and that's the concept that's there even till date. It's just that from get walk-ins, it's get eyeballs, sell something, sell them more, and then sell them more often. So I'll tell you one example, and I'll close this conversation. So we were consulting a particular organization, and when we proposed very glamorously, right? We said that we'll bring in influencers for awareness, we'll have CSR for branding, and so on and so forth. And then we got the order. And then the objective for the brand was to double the sales. All that we did was we optimized the sales page, which is the product page, and with SEO, therefore increased the get more eyeballs. And then they were selling pretty decent, so they were selling something. And then, so what we did was in Amazon, their default product was buy two. We changed from the default product from buy two to buy three. Therefore, we implemented that sell something more. So by default, if somebody searches for the product, they would now see buy three, and they would start buying buy three. So the sales started going up. And then we did a couple of ads so that we can do the sells them more often, right? So it's that same simple concept of get walk-ins or get eyeballs, sell something more, and sell something often. And with just this implementation, before even we started influencer marketing or CSR, whatever that is, we were able to double the sales. And this was absolutely costless for us because this infrastructure the brand already had. And that's something that was taught in the first chapter when I was teaching advanced retail merchandising to the students. And that's how much relevant it is for the current day retail, e-commerce, and whatever AI-driven selling. So I feel very excited. I feel I have so much gratitude for what I learned from this college, what I learned from this course, that it's still relevant, it keeps us ahead, and we are able to do that magic in the industry with ease by just understanding these basic concepts of right time, right location, get eyeballs, sell something more, and sell something more often. Yeah, so that's about it. Thank you. Thanks for calling me here.
Thank you, sir, for sharing several of your life experiences. Your illuminating and carefully chosen words encourage our students. This concludes Bottom Line presented by the Department of Fashion Management. We will now begin Technova, a presentation by the Department of Fashion Technology. The Department of Fashion Technology at NIFT offers a 4-year Bachelor of Fashion Technology apparel production program. Focusing on the rapidly expanding textile and fashion sector in India, the department equips the student to be technocrats and visionaries. While rooted in areas such as textile science, apparel manufacturing, production planning, quality assurance, merchandising, supply chain, the course also imparts knowledge in artificial intelligence, wearable technology, and sustainability. Through hands-on training in the industry during industry internship and graduation projects, the students are trained to become skilled professionals prepared to navigate the evolving global apparel and technology landscape. During this Technova, Ms. Dia M, Ms. Ria Jhij and Ms. Rimsha Zaidi, Ms. Monica R, and Ms. Janani will be presenting the synopsis of their 16-week graduation projects in rapid deployment, wellness, and aerial delivery system. Join me in discovering their unique perspectives shaped by rigorous research and real-world learning.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dia, and I did my GPA at Amante. It is a lingerie brand, and I developed a decision support system for the product development process, and the name of the system is called TrendPrint AI. So during my time at Amante, I observed a main challenge, not just within the company, but the old fashion industry. The real problem isn't creating designs, but converting the fast changing market trends into product decisions. So through my research, I found that there is no existing system that connects trend forecasting directly into product development and print ideation. So at Amante, the current process involves market research with scattered screenshot references, trend references, and there was no structured system. And this is followed by print development and print ideation, which was a very long process. And even after all the effort, all the prints did not get shortlisted, and making the entire process manual and very time consuming. So I came up with a solution. I built a system called TrendPrint AI. So the software performs full web scraping across 20 plus sources and generates a dedicated forecast report for each product category, and every trend is graph validated with a peak month score, so the company knows not just what product is in trend but when it will peak. And it also has sources, so the company can trace where the trend is originated from. From any trending keyword, the brand can directly generate print designs, and the like prints can be moved to the design library. And from the design library, we'll be able to create strike-off sheets. So in the strike-off sheet, we can adjust the print scale, see different color variations, adjust the print gap and everything. And finally, there's a feature called market intelligence, where Amante can do a competitor analysis. The system will show the competitors' top 5 recent launches, top search vectors, Pantone forecast for the spring, summer, and the autumn, winter collection, and emerging fashion fabric technology that Amante can adapt. So the impact is that the process that took 3 to 4 months can be done in 3 to 4 weeks using TrendPrint AI. So the main idea was to link trend research, buying support, print ideation, and and uh, and strike-off preparation in a single workflow. In conclusion, Trend Print AI was not built to replace designers, but it was built to act as a co-creative partner, giving them more time to create rather than research. Thank you.
Good evening to one and all. I'm Ria Jeej and this is Rimsha Zaidi, and we are here to present a graduation project titled The Development and Evaluation of a Reusable FIR-based thermal relief patch for menstrual cramps.
Primary dysmenorrhea, which is menstrual cramps, affects up to 84% of menstruating individuals. In our survey, participants confirmed that this pain heavily disrupts their work, sleep, and education. While gynecologists widely recommend heat therapy as a non-pharmacological method for pain relief, existing solutions come with limitations such as bulkiness and poor portability.
And that is exactly where our project tries to bridge the gap. Our aim was to create a wearable, reusable solution which is comfortable for use during menstrual cramps.
So how does this work without a power source? It utilizes the principle of far infrared radiation. The human body naturally emits heat, and our patch features a functional textile layer that absorbs this body heat and re-emits it back into the tissue as therapeutic FIR waves, which promotes blood circulation and muscle relaxation.
To develop this, we selected breathable 100% cotton interlock knit fabric, and for active coating, we made a ceramic formulation of titanium dioxide for its efficient FI emissivity and aluminum oxide for its durable heat retention. And through extensive FTIR testing, we optimized the chemical ratio to an 80:20 formulation, and padding method of application was selected because it yielded a significantly more uniform and stable application.
Furthermore, we ran thermography testing to determine the ideal number of coating or ceramic coating, and we discovered that 2 coatings provided highly stable thermal performance and heat retention.
And the final design incorporates the active FIR layer and polyurethane dispersion, that is PUD barrier, to trap the heat, and built-in magnets that allow the patch to easily snap directly over the hem of any of your regular undergarments.
And now, to ensure that the patch is completely safe for prolonged wear, we ran multiple tests that includes FESM analysis, which confirmed that the ceramic particles were uniformly distributed and securely adhered to the cotton fiber. And cytotoxicity test validated that the product was skin safe, while pH testing showed a near neutral value of 6.2, making it perfectly skin compatible. Finally, the washing test evaluated via FTIR test confirmed that the patch retains its structure and performance through repeated washings, validating its reusability.
Finally, we put our prototype to test with real users, where 100% of participants reported zero skin irritation and over 83% rated the design and fit as good to excellent, and vast majority reported soothing warmth within 10 to 20 minutes, hence confirming substantial pain reduction.
At a sample manufacturing cost of just 102 rupees, this patch offers a cost-efficient alternative to commercial products. Moving forward, we aim to explore alternate textile substrates and expand into long-term clinical wear trials.
In conclusion, we have developed a non-invasive, safe, and effective wearable menstrual pain relief solution. Thank you.
Good afternoon to everyone present here. I am Monica. I am from the Bachelor of Fashion Technology department. I did my graduation project in classic fashion apparel industry, which is in Jordan. And let's start with my graduation project. So, quick show of hands. Let's raise your hands if you ever been caught by a sudden wind when you are out, but you don't have any place to rest, and you felt that there is no way to stand or there's no way to hide at all. Come on, let's make it interactive. Okay, now keep it for some time. Okay, so now imagine that whatever that you are wearing, then it becomes a shelter that you can rest in and you can sleep in, so you are escaped from the reality which is out there. Now that's the idea of a urban nomad. So most outerwear protects you while you are in the move, but they completely fail to protect you when you are in a rest motion. And clothes are mostly 3D and body hugging, but all the shelters which we use are also most on the rectangular plane, which is all 2D. So this is the mismatch which made the speed to safety gap, which I set out to solve. And what it is, urban nomad is a professional trench coat that transforms into a shelter that one person can rest in. And it is fast, discreet, and most importantly, it is manufacturable. That is something that we learn here. And how it works. So the lower part of the code that detaches with the hidden lap zippers, and then it is turned out to make it as a tent and trench. Anchor loops in the tent locks it down, and also all the strength is hidden inside the clean professional lines. And it is a stealth first and survival second. The average deployment time is around 2.3 minutes with the average weight of 3.8 kgs. And why it matters most. So you get mobility without bulky gear, privacy and demand, and a garment that looks wardrobe ready 95% on your day. And it was also built from water repellent fabrics, which was the dead stocks from the company where I was doing my graduation project. And so we turned the pre-consumer waste into a high-value safety. Waste in and this our project out. Then, honest boundaries which I felt in my project. I chose breathability over extreme waterproof numbers to avoid condensation in a small volume. And that choice makes real nights more comfortable. And I would like to thank everybody for this opportunity, and I would like to close it with stopping shouldn't make you vulnerable, but the abnormal turns out a code into structure quietly, quickly, and very beautifully. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Janani, and I'm here to present my graduation project titled Design and Development of Descent System for Precision Landing and Recovery of a Re-entry Vehicle. The project was carried out in Inbound Aerospace, a startup developing an autonomous unmanned recoverable spacecraft for application of microgravity, in-orbit technology demonstration, and future in-space manufacturing. After completing the mission in low Earth orbit, the re-entry vehicle deorbits and enters the Earth's atmosphere at high speed. During recovery, the parachute system is used as a textile-based decelerator to ensure a reduced velocity and ensure safe landing. Unlike conventional round parachute, which mainly descends vertically, our project focuses on a ram air parachute which behaves as a flexible wing which generates lift and can be precisely landed. One important aerodynamic parameter is the glide ratio. A good glide ratio is anywhere between 2 or 3. And a basic explanation of what glide ratio is, it is the ratio in between the vertical descent and the horizontal descent. For example, a glide ratio of 2:1. If a parafoil is deployed at 7 kilometers, it can glide up to a horizontal radius of 14 kilometers. The project involved designing the complete descent architecture, starting with the canopy, pilot chute, and deployment bag. The entire recovery system works as a packed deployment architecture, where the parafoil, canopy, and suspension lines are stored inside a deployment bag. Once the deployment pilot chute is ejected into the airflow, the pilot chute inflates and extracts the canopy out of the bag, which then leads to a stable inflation. A part of this project also focused on the material and textile selection. First, there are 3 parameters which focuses on the textile selection: whether it is light enough, strong enough, and whether it can retain the shape. Why light enough? Because excessive weight will reduce the efficiency of the entire structure. And it must be strong enough because it must withstand severe opening shock. And it must be able to retain its shape, because if the shape is not retained, the wing geometry will get altered, and this will also affect the efficiency of the parafoil. Through continuous optimization of the wing geometry and material optimization, we were able to achieve a glide ratio of 2 with improvement from the early glide ratio of 1. Overall, this project demonstrates the potential for indigenous-based recovery system capable of controlled glide descent, stable deployment, and precision landing for future aerospace recovery. Thank you.
A round of applause, please, for the students who have significantly broadened the scope of the term fashion technology. I now request our guest of honor, Shaina Sharif to please come on stage and share her thoughts on our students' performance and her insights about the topics discussed.
Good evening, everyone. It's been a pleasure. I'm happy to be here. And yes, it was nice to see young minds, energetic minds with a lot of energy. You know, this pool of energy here that I can see. Office இருக்கிற மாதிரியே எங்கேயும் எல்லாமே பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன். I just want to have something different, but I'm seeing what I always see in the office. But then, let me tell you, it's been more of theory. The world is very different when it comes to practical, my friends. This world is very, very different. Yeah? Good. And first of all, thank you, NIFT, for giving me this opportunity to be here. And my hearty congratulations to all the graduates here who have passed out. And it's been a pleasure to be here with you. Okay, I've not prepared a speech. I'm just going to tell you my journey, and that will talk for itself. Well, I've been in this retail industry for more than 25. This is my 26th year. And I think what's important for me, if you ask me, is every single step that you move is a learning. There is no age limit to learn. Trust me. I'm 54 years today and I'm still learning. I'm learning retail. I started my career with supply chain, with merchandising. I started with cutting a swatch, although I was a doctorate in textile technology. I did my ISB. I did all that, but then I started cutting a swatch. So basically, I would only advise all of you to, start your career from the base. No work is small. Accept everything, do it, practically do it. The practical way, that is the only thing that is going to take you through. I started cutting a swatch. Today, yes, I do handle 200 plus stores pan-India. I do a global sourcing from China, Thailand, Taiwan, Bangladesh is my backyard. Yes, it's there. I'm not denying that, but then it all started with just cutting a swatch. So no work is small, that's one. Coming to technology, yes, I think while we're all talking about fashion, we're talking about technology, one thing we're all forgetting is fashion is not glam. Fashion has to be sustainable. I think in that way, I proudly say Indian Terrain, the brand that I work with, we are the only sustainable brand in India. Sustainability is something that has to become the system. It cannot become an option anymore. Technology with sustainability and fashion is what is going to be the future. And trust me, one of the key platforms in which you can take sustainable fashion is fair trade. Fair trade organization from Germany is an organization that works for farmers. Today we're all talking about fashion. How did the farmers come? How did you get how did the thread come? How did the garment be made? How will the farmer suffer? Was there any exploitation? Have you done your fashion choices responsibly? Was there a child labor? You don't know. So sustainable fashion is what I think future is going to be, and that's where we all need to be there too. And not taking it too long, yes, we're all talking about AI. I still remember after my 15 years of journey in supply chain, I remember one day I had a fight with my boss. I was telling him, I'm making the product from all over the world. I'm doing global sourcing and I'm giving you the product. Why aren't you selling? What happens here is 80% is in your control when you do the supply chain management, your supply chain, your merchandising, your sourcing. 80% is in your control. You need the fabric to come here. Name the mill, I can get you a fabric from there. Name the mill, I can get you the cotton. Name the mill, I can get you the linen from there. But something that is not predictable is, in today's world, is the sales. Even your AI algorithm cannot tell you what is the human prediction to buy. So two important fields in which your AI cannot actually contribute would be your sales and your design. However design help AI can give you, the human touch will be missing. Like I was also talking about the AI inspiration today. Last week I had I'm not able, because of the heat waves, there is no sales happening. All of the brands are actually soft. We took the data, I gave it to AI and I said, why is the business not happening? It did give very nice insights. It gave insights like, I'm able to sell a shirt, only a shirt, a single bill shirt of 29% on South, in the South cities. I'm able to give 49% in a Western place, but then in a place like a Gujarat or like a Ahmedabad, I'm able to sell a shirt and a pant together as an ensemble. It just took this from my bills. I fed my bills and it gave. So AI, yes, definitely yes. You all have to be evolved. You have to learn. And I'll tell you one simple thing which will be your step for success. Adaptability. Adapt to the situation. Only adaptability will take you to the next step. That's one thing where you need to have a constant learning. It could be AI today, it could be something else tomorrow. This constant learning is what is going to take you the next step. With that, I don't want to tell more. For young minds here, 4 small things which I normally take and I've been following and I've been successful. Do your hard work. Don't take shortcuts. Learn. Age is not a limit. Learn. I have a daughter here who's sitting, 17-year-old. She is a Fair Trade Youth Ambassador of India, a captain of her school. She teaches me. I'm learning at 54. And the last but not the least, accept criticism. Somebody comes and tells you, you are not a designer, you don't know how to design. Take it to the smile and say, please teach me, I will learn. Trust me, you'll learn, you go to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Sharif, for your thought-provoking words. As our students step into the real world, I'm sure that your advice on working practically at the ground level, being adaptable, and learning every day will be the guiding light that they need to succeed. That, my dear audience, concludes Technova. As this session of creativity, innovation, and excellence comes to a close, I, Divya N., Assistant Professor of Fashion Communication, express my gratitude to the industry sponsors who have made these projects and presentations possible. Thank you, dear guests, for making this occasion truly memorable with your time, encouragement, and energy. I invite all of you to visit our static show and interact with students of all departments. The exhibits are in the foyer, room number 2, 20, 19, and 17. Do connect, collaborate, and continue the conversations. I request industry members to please join us for high tea in room number 18 at 5:30 p.m. and the parents and the students to join us in the inner courtyard. Post which, I request everybody to come back and be seated in the auditorium by 6 p.m. for the fashion show. Until then, thank you, Nandri, Vanakkam.